This might be the biggest mistake that we make as bass anglers, and I wanted to show you exactly what's going on underwater, how bass position on laydowns, and why I think I see this so often. When we hear or think of the term laydown, this is the image that we often get in our mind's eye, and not a surprise. We live above the water, and this is what we see. We pick apart the base of the laydown up by the shoreline, maybe work on a few of the outer edges, but I really think that we are missing the best part, and that is down here. It's a lot harder to fish. If we get a lure stuck, odds are it's gone, and it's really not easy to see or visualize what's happening. But what I have seen and experienced catching fish, this is the part of the laydown that could give us quantity of fish, the potential for some real quality fish, and if your lakes or rivers are pressured, man, this is going to be a spot that many other anglers are missing. Now this particular bass is hanging out down here at the end of a laydown in that 8-foot mark, okay? It's about 8 foot of water. And when we first look at it, we first glance at this, we think, oh, the bass is under the trunk of this laydown, which is true. But our mind needs to be thinking about that fish is relating to the bottom. There's still that same distance off the bottom that we normally see bass hang out at. In this situation, it just happens to be under the trunk of the tree, but that tree trunk, that laydown provided that natural edge, that natural travel route. Now in this other clip, we see some bass down here in about 20 foot of water. So this is on a steep sloping bank, great big laydown here, and we've got a couple fish. In the distance, we can see one that looks like it's attacking a bluegill. Not sure if they got it or not, but that fish is staying down on the deep edge of this laydown. The other one that's coming towards the camera here and that I follow for a ways is traveling from laydown to laydown across the shoreline. There's lots of trees down in this particular stretch, and it's just kind of hopscotching from one to another. It's not traveling, migrating, moving shallow. It's staying in around that 20-foot mark and just moving from tree to tree to tree. Now this really nice fish that I caught on the upper Mississippi River was way out on the edge of this particular laydown. Now the water out here wasn't super deep, it wasn't 20 foot, but it was noticeably deeper than that root ball up by the shoreline. And in this particular situation, I'm happy to say I was deliberately trying to target this part of the laydown. And in this situation, it worked out really well and caught one of the better bass on this particular trip. But they are so easy to pass over. This laydown was so long, it'd be super easy to go over the ends of it and then just cast up shallow. But what are a couple of the big takeaways here? One, we really need to think about fishing these backwards, right? You know, kind of start out here on these ends that are so easy to overlook and work our way back in. I know it's tempting just to throw right up there shallow to that ideal spot in our mind, but no matter which you decide to do first, don't forget these fish that are way out here. And the other thing that we need to kind of take away from this is we need to do the very best that we can to picture this in our mind's eye of what our lures are doing down there. And that's why I wanted to clearly show you these different situations so you can kind of get an idea of, yeah, this is what could be going on. And if you want to watch a video about another type of structure that is often easy to miss the key parts on, has to do with bridges, go ahead and check this one out right here. And make sure that you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.